This is our instant match reaction. Luton 0, Tottenham 0 at Kenilworth Road. Amir, this is the second pre-season game of the day. We obviously drew to Wycombe earlier today. Not much you can really learn from this. I mean, we had 2 shots the whole game. Obviously, Frank is trying different things. I guess the interesting things are who he's playing where, what he's trying. Start of the day with Kudus on the right, Mikey Moore in the 10, Brennan Johnson on the left, Tell up top, Gray partnering Basuma. You had Danso and Van der Ven with Spence, and Donnelly came in left back last minute. Had a couple of moments early on with Kudus kind of having a shot cleared off the line. Luton very quickly got into the game and forcing us a bit on the back foot, but without really doing much. Second half, yeah, I mean, it's kind of all the same. Kinski had to make a couple of saves from a volley. Kudus was probably the brightest spark. I think Kudus came alive a bit in that second half, getting on the ball, dribbling past people, opening up the game. But what when you're thinking about the game, and what are your thoughts about? I know it's pre-season. Can't really make too many sweeping conclusions. But what do you kind of learn from what you saw today?
What do I learn? Well, I learned that the youngsters are hungry. They're very hungry. You saw the pace injected in when they all came onto the pitch. Maybe they could have done, maybe I would have done it a little bit different with the 2 games. Maybe have one game where it was just youngsters, and then one game where it was all your kind of mainstays. But look, there's some positives to take from those 2 games, and the fact that we come through unscathed, no injuries, minutes are in legs. That's what I'm looking for from these pre-season games. In terms of, do we know exactly who we want to keep around and who we don't? I don't think you're any closer to knowing. You're going to have to give that a little bit more time. Frank's going to have a better look at all of the players. Did anyone in particularly impress me coming on? Hugh coming on. I think he was bright. Anybody else? Not so much. No real standouts for me.
Yeah, it's tough to really. I think things we saw were a first look at Gray under Frank. Gray midfield. I think he was playing a bit too safe. And when he was going for those more ambitious passes, didn't really have it in him, to be honest. A lot of them were going astray. Not many of them were. But even when
they came off, the next step after that, someone would lose the ball. So okay, you've done an incredible 60-yard pass, but you needed that. There needs to be something at the end of that. I think the system played today didn't work. So it'll be very interesting for me to see if he changes it up a lot in some of the other games. Just we weren't creative.
Johnson off the left. More in the 10. To be honest, I don't think he looked any worse than he usually does on the right, to be honest.
Yeah, it just didn't work. He just
wasn't getting in those positions. Yeah. But then again, how many times did we put the ball across the face of goal? Probably not many. Not many,
and there wasn't anyone in the box that was a focal point that you can, would expect to get on the end of those kind of balls. So
I thought there were some nice things from Tell. I actually quite like what I saw from Tell.
He was bright as well, but I don't know what his best position is, Sim, to be honest with you. I don't think he's a striker.
I think left wing. On the left. I think off the left, maybe left forward. Kind of thing. Tucking inside. I think that's probably his best position. But I think Tell showed bright sparks again. He nearly got an assist for the Kudus chance.
Yeah, that was great play. That was very good play.
Moore was quiet, I have to say. I think there were moments where he got on the board. He was like, okay, I'm going to go on a dribble now, but never quite got going. I think
no link up play either. The no 1-2s,
wasn't right in the 10. Wasn't right. Didn't really suit him.
No.
He didn't get the space he needed to get away from people and open the game up. I think our brightest player, it's not saying much, it probably was Kudus. I think he was one, at least when he got the ball on more than one occasion, he would burst into space, burst past 2 or 3 players.
Agreed.
And open the game up and look like maybe something's likely to happen. Also, he set up that chance right at the end when he went on the outside, the defender, cut it back for Johnson, nearly caused an own goal. So that was good. So I think Kudus definitely our most threatening player. Defence looked pretty solid, at least. I mean, Spence was a bit suspect with some of his stuff. I actually think he was the weakest out of the lot, really. I think Ali was giving him a tough time down the left, and I thought he was sloppy as well with a couple of times giving the ball away in his own half. Thought Danso and Van de Ven pretty good. No complaints about them.
Yeah. Solid.
Yeah, at the end of the day, look.
Clean sheet,
and 75 minutes, they all went off. So clearly that was the plan. Just give them 75 minutes. That's clearly what pre-season's all about, getting the minutes in their legs, getting the fitness up, and obviously trying to get the team to grips with how Frank's going to play and all these different things. But that is not result dependent. That's more about them learning and making mistakes and getting things wrong, and Frank correct him, saying, no, you did this, you made this run, you got to make that run.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And also Frank himself, because he's new to the job, he's going to be trying different things. Okay, let's try Johnson off the left. Let's see how he does here. Let's not just do it for 10 minutes, let's do it for a whole game, you know? Let's try more in the 10. Let's try Donnelly inverting left back. Let's try all these different things to see what fits what. And it's not even that, it's probably different setups as well. Let's try this setup, that setup. So there's going to be things that go wrong. There's going to be things that don't look right, because he's still trying things. And he's still... that's why I reckon that's why he wanted multiple friendlies in one day, because he didn't want to wait for another friendly to be. He wanted to give all the players in the squad opportunities in different positions as much as possible. And the only way you can't do that you'll just keep. If it's one game at a time,
100%.
No,
look, I really agree with what he's done today. I think it's a really good sign for us that this is what he's wanted to do. I'm very curious to see the next steps that he will take in the next few games. Will he correct some of the things that needed correcting in terms of the system? Will he give some of the kind of younger players a little bit more, the ones that he thinks, he'll keep around? He doesn't want to loan out. Will Vuskovic get more minutes? Will Moore get more minutes? Will Devine? It's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, completely agree. All right, well, look, they finished 0-0. There was one shot. I mean, look, I guess the subs, I would say, the Miami came on, he was all right. Lancashire obviously had the chance near the end. Byfield, I thought, looked handy. The centre-back came on. Byfield.
Did all right. Did good.
I thought Kinski, actually, he'd had another good game. Play made some good saves and some more good passing. Bakari, I thought, some good passes as well. He was good. But I don't know how much more I can talk about this. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it is what it is. We drew 0-0. We're trying new things. It wasn't a great performance. Not much to talk about in this game.
Everyone's fit and healthy and ready for the next few games and for the tour out to the Far East. So that's the main thing, the main takeaway from this one. All
right, well, I think that's all we're going to have time for today. Tottenham 0, Luton 0 at Kenilworth Road. We'll see you back tomorrow, where we're somehow going to have to dive even deeper into this game and do player ratings and all these kind of things and find some more things to talk about. Maybe we'll look at what we can learn from how Frank's set up and all these different things. So we'll go see you tomorrow. I'm off to Oasis. I'm going to have a good night. And I'm going to put this game behind me.
Enjoy it, brother.
I'm not going to be remembering this game very soon. So see you all tomorrow. Like, subscribe and comment.